Good morning, it's Barbara. Look at this, 61 degrees on my deck. I'm going out. I look kind of disheveled. It's a little breezy out here. It's actually not too bad. It's not too breezy. Oh, now it's just picked up. I'm telling Dennis because he left yesterday because it was too breezy. But Dennis came out to show me something and I sent him in there to get my headband. I don't think I can do this today. I mean, I'll just be fussing with my hair the whole time. Okay, so this is First Kiss done 100% the way it's supposed to be done. I should have done it on camera again. But I sat there with my purple lips for a long time to get a deep color. And then I used the spray. Thank you, sweetie. I used the spray and then I put gloss over it because obviously I'm not even wearing a sweater today and I cannot tell you why. But so I'm not wearing mohair, although I will be handling mohair, so we'll see how it goes. Hold on, I'm gonna put on my headband. I think that's a little better. Maybe I won't fuss with it. Who knows? Anyway, good morning. It's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee. I did put lip exfoliator on my grocery list when I went grocery shopping yesterday, but I couldn't find it in the grocery store. Big shock, right? But Aura and I were watching Project Runway last night, season, I don't know, 14 maybe. And anyway, they had a Mary Kay challenge because the makeup people are Mary Kay this season. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I texted my friend Lori, who's my Mary Kay lady, and said, hey. So I ordered some lip exfoliator and lip balm and my normal face wash stuff that I use. I used to use all like moisturizer and everything Mary Kay, and I loved it. I mean, I used it for 15 years. Yeah. But then they changed, they changed something and now everything has retinol in it and I can't have retinol anywhere near my face. So, because of my allergy thing. So, I can only use the face scrub. So, that's too bad. I'm liking this lipstick. Of course, I can't see it very well in my phone because of the glare and but so, I'm drinking my coffee. This is my Tia. Oh, and you can see because it's white. The other ones are all dark. So I'm drinking my coffee. And oh no, a little tiny bit showed. I guess I didn't get all the stuff off when I wiped it. Tiniest little bit showed. Oh no. Oh well, the tiniest little bit showed. Anyway. But the reason for this, Christy gave me this was because I kept getting fluff in my lipstick. And I will get fluff in this lipstick because I put the lip gloss on over it. I don't know. Am I going to talk about my lipstick every day? Maybe. So anyway, yesterday I went shopping. Oh, and I have a little recorded piece from the yarn shop for you at the end. Oh, yesterday I told you I was going to edit this and blah, blah, blah. I didn't. I did not want to leave my deck, so I just uploaded it straight to the internet. If I do that again today, that means you won't see my yarn shop. You might not see my yarn shop till it's rainy and I'm not on my deck. Because I would have to edit it to do that. Maybe I'll do it anyway, because I know you like to see that. So I went to my yarn shop because I want to make the Sylvester. Thank you again, Leslie, for reintroducing me to the Sylvester and buying it for me for my birthday. So this is a slip stitch pattern. I wouldn't call it mosaic. I would more call it slip stitch pattern. And anyway, it uses worsted weight yarn for the main color and fingering for the contrast color. I'm going to pick either a contrast color from my stash, or I'm going to use minis, which are also in my stash. I mean, there's no reason for me to buy. So this is what I got. I had never heard of it before. Lanas du Nord. I don't know why that seems Norwegian to me. Oh, wrong. Made in Italy. Dolly Maxi. Extra fine merino wool luxury line. 100% wool unshrinkable. Is that their way of telling me that it's superwash, I would assume? Okay, so this is 50 grams, 87 meters, which is 95 yards. And I needed 1,100 yards of this, and they only had 10 of these, so I had to order another 2 to be picked up at another time. Oh, rats, now I have to go back to my yarn shop. So anyway, I took home 10 of these, and they're even already balled up. How fun is that? But I watched Valorie. Our Valorie has started a podcast, and she had her first episode. She uploaded it on Saturday right before our Zoom call, and I forgot to mention it yesterday. I did put a link in yesterday's down bar to her podcast because I remembered afterwards. But on her podcast, she talks about the Hush sweater. She is a huge fan of the Love Note. I think she's made, I don't even know, more than 2. And she says the Hush, and this is by Tin Can Knits, and she says the Hush is the same sweater basically, except the Love Note has lace up here in the yoke, and the Hush has cabling. So both of those sounded interesting to me. I mean, and she's not the only one who's gone on and on about the Love Note. But they are fingering held double with, often knit, fingering held double with mohair. So I got some mohair. I don't know if 2 is enough. I mean, now that I say that, it doesn't. Yeah, 2 is definitely not enough. It only 230 yards. So I'm going to need more of these too. But I'm going to be going back. This is Rowan Kids Silk Haze. So, just in the white. I don't know why. People were talking about, you know, sort of numbers of yards, and it made me think I only needed 2 of these. But these are not 50 grams. These are 25 grams. So there you go. Well, no wonder they were cheapish. They're tiny. All right. Well, anyway, I have 2. And, so my basket in the store was very boring, and you can see when I show you the video that the store is very colorful. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I did buy a cord for my Chowgu. I don't know why. Oh no. Well, and I bought the wrong cord. These are for a size large. These are large. Dang. Well, I can take those back. I do have one. I only have one large set of needles, and the large indicates the size of the connector, and so I have a 10.5 set. But I hardly ever use 10.5, so I think I'm going to take that back since I have to go back anyway. I'll just take that back, so I'm disappointed in myself for not noticing that before. All right, so anyway, I went to the yarn shop, and I can start my Sylvester anytime I want, except that I haven't finished my bistro yet. I undid it during the Zoom call, and I haven't done it back up again yet. So I'm planning on doing that today. Maybe I'll just change chairs, look at my view, and pick up the stitches. Because right now the stitches are just hanging out there. I haven't put them on the new needle. I'll figure out where I am and go from there. I think that's what I'll have to do. Because I want to finish it. It may be too late. I mean, I'm out here in just sort of a very light sweatshirty kind of thing. And, yeah, and that is a very warm sweater. So I may have missed my window of opportunity this year because I knit it twice and now I'm hanging out without knitting on it. Doing some knitting and fixing that would make me feel a lot better today. So I might just do that for my mental health and my warmth, at least next summer, winter, if not today. Yeah. So I'm gonna need some knitting, I think. I just have to think of it like therapy. Yeah. I need my therapy today. That's all. But I did enjoy going to the yarn shop. I almost just bought a skein of beautiful yarn just because I was so sad my basket was so boring. But I think I'm going to need 2 more of those mohair. I will call them and tell them I need 2 more of the mohair and to either pick them, put them aside for me, or order them for me. And I'll pick it up when I pick up my other 2 skeins of Dolly Maxi. Italian. Extra fine merino wool. Luxury line. Anyway, it feels really great. And it's got an interesting texture. It almost, the yarn itself almost looks like it's a, like, you know, chain, you know how they are chained sometimes, or braided. It's not. You can see. It's like a 6-ply. Can you see that? Like a 6-ply. Anyway. She had a baby sweater knit up in it, and it was really nice. So I think I'm going to be very happy with this. I have to pick my colors for my contrasting color. And I have to finish my bistro first. And I have to swatch for my Harry Potter Mrs. Weasley sweater for my granddaughter. I think I have some time for that because, to tell you the truth, she's not going to be wearing, well, she wears hoodies in the summertime sometimes, so who knows, she might wear it. I wonder if I should put a hood on it. She likes hoodies a lot. That might work. I would definitely have to get more yarn if I'm doing that, though. Anyway, it's so lovely out here. My daffodils in my basket that my parents gave me for my birthday are dead. So I think one thing I'm going to do today is take those out and plant them in my garden in the hopes that the bulbs are hardy enough to rebloom next year. And, you know, I planted the hyacinths in the garden because I couldn't have them in the house. But I want tall, beautiful daffodils to go with my little fairy daffodils. I love thinking of them as fairy daffodils. Thank you for that. So I think I'm going to plant them today, and just in the hopes that they will bloom next year. Keep our fingers crossed. We'll see. And I'll do the same thing with the tulips when the tulips are gone, because they're beautiful purple tulips, and that will be lovely. So that's one of my plans for today. I mean, I have a lot of plans, then I don't do them. So I try, you know, as you well know. So we'll see what happens. But I am I am going to edit this. I'm going to add the, so this will be a long one then. Shoot. Ramble. Well, anyway, I'm going to put the footage, the recording from the yarn shop at the end of this. It'll be too long. You can fast forward. I'm a little worried that I pan too quickly in there, so I have to think about being a better videographer. But meanwhile, please take good care of yourselves. Please, please, please stay safe and stay sane. So here I am in Pearls of Wisdom. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous shop. And this is my local yarn shop. It's in Phoenixville, Pennsylvania. This is the Shift shawl. They had a class, and so they have these on display. They have kits for the cowl. They have books. Kind of an interesting display if you want to dye or you want to do little tiny projects. They have lots and lots of samples knit, and they sell all kinds of stuff besides yarn. But of course they sell beautiful yarn. And bags. And what you hear in the background, they have a little room behind this door that they're having a class. So I can hear her teaching how to do a knit front and back increase. So lots of stuff. And if you need a needle, oh, and this is the Yarn Addict Company. So I came here looking for the Sylvester, yarn for the Sylvester, and I found it, except I need 2 more skeins. And I am, oh, Mad Dye Yarn. I bought her yarn, she had a yarn color that was in support of the striking mine workers. That was gorgeous. Life in the Long Grass. So they have wonderful yarn. Oh, I'm glad I came down this row. The class is right behind me. And there's Dreaming Color. Oh, lots and lots and lots. Okay, while I'm here, I need to think about if I need any. You know what? Oh, these are. I need some cables for my Chalgo, so I might just get a cable. I have been having trouble using my Chalgos because I have no cables available. I don't know how I ended up with no cables, but that is what has happened. All right, so here's the main yarn room. Oh, this is a pretty sweater. What is this? This is Laura sweater. Laura sweater. Isn't that pretty? That looks like it's made completely from mohair. Yeah. This is the worsted section. This is where I found my yarn. My basket is so boring. So, Valorie, I watched part of Valerie's vlog or a podcast today, and she's making the Hush by Tin Can Knits. She's got me thinking about making the Hush by Tin Can Knits. So I'm going to get some mohair. And I'm just going to make it with my fingering I have. Because, you know, this is the really bulky yarn over here. She has this separated by size of yarn, which I think is really great. Although I think there's a section like for cotton. I could be wrong about that. And baby yarns, things like that. Anyway, lots of lovely things. I mean, it's a gorgeous, gorgeous store. I know I'm making you all jealous. I'm sorry, but she does sell online. So you can just use this as to whet your appetite. Oh, and buttons. See? Just really gorgeous. Anyway, I might have to buy something that's not white. Here, I'll show you my basket. My basket is just so boring. And my basket. This is for the Sylvester. And this is for the Hush. Beautiful, beautiful yarns.